Hey everyone, I'm Lamont Gilchrist. www.lgfitnessmessiah.com is my webpage. Lamont Gilchrist, Lifetime Natural Pro Bodybuilder on Facebook. Lamont Gilchrist, all caps on Instagram. Follow me. As I prepare for 2016 CrossFit and Muscle Mania. At the young age of 44, next month, feeling happy. All right, let's get into my discussion. Well, I'm back in Dallas, and I'm about to get my training going. I got clients here though too, but I'm about to get it hard. I'm gonna hit it hard this week, get a good one in over the holidays, get ready for 2016 to come in. So I want to talk about some different training styles and some different training regiments or things that people may have questions about when they're training. I just did a training video that's on my Facebook with some ladies, telling them how to get in the proper stance, biomechanics, movements, and other things of that nature. The important part about training, one second, let me turn this down. The important part about training, we're talking about movements, muscles, ligaments, tendons, bone over bone, stacking, maximizing strength, maximizing other particular things. So on my way back, I had a lady text me, and she asked me about looking at a guy who was deadlifting. And I watched him, and you know, not all of them was the same. Some of them looked like stiff legs, some of them looked like Romanian. So, I mean, just in general. And so, my question to her was, and one of my questions to anybody when they ask me these things in general, is that I'm not in anyone's head. So, what is it that you're trying to accomplish with the exercise that you're actually trying to do? No one's a genius at this stuff, so we've all had to evolve, and we've all had to do particular movements and see what kind of results we got from doing particular movements to actually say yay or nay to if this works or if it works for me or whatever. So when someone asks me a question, well, take a look at this. Does this look good to whatever? My number one thing is, what is it that you're trying to do? So he said, okay, I just want to try to get my back a little bit thicker, and deadlift, whatever. And I said, it's pretty good, meaning that if your goals are not really that high, not like you're trying to lift 700, 1,000 pounds or anything else like that, or trying to get ready into a bodybuilding contest, get your lower back, bring out the quadratus muscles in your lower back, the Christmas tree, lower lats and stuff like that, then you don't have to think so complex or be so critical about what it is that you're doing. The same thing goes for my general people who are trying to get in shape. You don't have to do these high-tech movements and all these high-tech workouts and stuff if your goal is to lose body fat and to get into general shape and just to kick up your metabolism and stuff like that. It's not warranted. More than likely, you're going to end up injuring yourself because, for one, your body is not prepared to take upon the task of making those compound movements or the quick change of directions or other things in that particular area, and that even though your mind and you see other people doing it, once again, you do not know why they're doing it or what is the reason for them doing the particular exercise that they're doing. The same way with movements, compound movement, isometric movements, eccentric contractions, concentric, pulley, like if you're on a sideboard machine or got the name of the machine, like if you're doing rehab from physical therapy where it moves both directions and strengthen the muscles. Ranges of motion, like people don't understand compound movements. They don't understand the bigger muscle groups. My rule that I teach everyone is anything that is supported by a back rest, a butt rest, or anything else that is connected to whatever it is that you're working is part of the foundation. You always want the foundation to be strong. So my feet right now is part of my foundation. My butt is another part of my foundation. So more than likely, I'm going to be working something in between here, or maybe lifting up my feet, and then it won't be part of my foundation, my butt will. But anything that's part of the foundation is being stabilized by the foundation. Anything that's not part of the foundation, me standing right now, is part of the movement or being stabilized either by isometric contraction, bones, ligaments, tendons, and just stabilizing joint units, working in a harmonious state to perform whatever it is that you're trying to perform. So, in theory, and my understanding, and the way that I've done it for the last 20-some years and built a pretty good body, is that the more things that I can get working makes me a better athlete, makes my body work better as a unit. I'm always searching to be a better athlete. That's why I don't really care so much about little movements like this if I'm stabilized like this, because we're talking about a little muscle, two muscle groups, the biceps, and working, and not in us being recruited. As opposed to if I'm standing up and I'm doing a bicep curl, now I got to recruit everything else to stabilize myself standing from the ground, which is my foundation, all the way up to my hips, all the way up through other body parts, my abs, everything else. So now I get to work other muscles from an isometric standpoint of whatever it is that I'm exercising. So, but if I have it sitting down in the seat, even though I'm working a bicep, same thing. Now I'm just working a bicep, and all the secondary are isometric or contractions or ligaments or tendons don't have to be engaged to participate in stabilizing and balancing, standing, and other parts of the motion and things like that. So it gets very complex, but it's not very complex. It's very simple if you have an understanding of what it is that you're trying to do. I know it may sound like I'm rambling a little bit, but I'm just trying to clarify. So just because you see someone doing an exercise, or someone is explaining to you how to do exercise, you see someone demonstrating an exercise, it really doesn't, and you really can't be critical of whatever it is that you think you see if you don't know what that person is actually doing or what it is that that person is actually trying to accomplish. Now you can say, well, that don't look like a good deadlift. Well, it doesn't have to be a good deadlift if you're trying to work your lower back and you flatten it out and it's a stiff leg and you're doing a compound movement because your humerus is X amount along, your tibula and fibula is X amount along. You know where your leverage points is to your back where you hit these particular things. That's why it won't look the same if I do it as if someone else do it or someone else do it, because we have different torsos, different torso length, different femur lengths, different hips, different ways that our hips go out, different ways or angles that our knees come in, our toes go out, or pigeon-toed or bow-legged. So all those complex, different anatomical positionings of my body will make my lift look somewhat different from someone else's lift, and that's okay. As long as we know what it is that we're trying to accomplish and we're getting to what the muscle or the muscle groups or the lift or whatever it is that we're trying to do by performing those particular lifts. I hope this helped. Don't be so critical and don't think you know it all. Me too. When you're looking at people working out in the gym, there are some biomechanical things, there are some technique or form things that people can get out that's universal that you need to be in so that everything can work properly. But once you get into those universal forms and everything is stabilized, you got bone stacked over bone, you got ligaments, tendons engaged, you got muscles engaged, and you got all the three mechanisms of your body engaged to be able to do the work. Then it becomes your biomechanic movements, you know what I'm saying, how long your torso and things and stuff of that particular nature. That will determine the way that your exercises perform and the way that it looks. My name is Lamont Gilchrist. www.lgfitnessmessiah.com is my webpage. Lamont Gilchrist, Lifetime Natural Pro Bodybuilder on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks.